Hello and welcome. I'm Anna Barker from thesubtleway.com. So today I wanted to share a little around fatigue with you. I have my own experiences with fatigue, that relentless, never-ending sense of fatigue, like nothing is ever going to feel good again, through my own experiences of chronic illness. And fatigue shows up in a lot of situations when there is a chronic illness as well, because our body is being called into rest. But what we're experiencing is a complete lack of vitality. And it can be a lot harder to rebuild vitality than it is to, say, bring energy down in something like hyperactivity. So because we're literally needing to rebuild the energy reserves, we're needing to bring up an excess and much energy as we can sort of slowly bring in, because we have to get through each day as well as begin to build the reserves to start having a reservoir of energy as well. So I wanted to just share a very simple practice that I have used. It's actually been a little while and I just suddenly thought of it again. Sometimes we have a tool and we'll use it a lot for a while and then we'll put that down and pick something else up. So for this, you can be lying down, you can just be comfortably relaxed on the couch, you can be sitting more formally. I just wanted to make this easy and approachable, because I know when you're dealing with fatigue, there is a lot of that. Even just the smallest thing can feel too much, and it might feel like, taking the time and just having the motivation to use a tool is a lot, and it can take energy to get into a tool. So this, you can just simply listen, work with the energy a little bit through imagination, visualization, or maybe you have a stronger felt sense. If you don't, that's all good as well. So first, I just like to center and come into the very center of the chest. Just taking a breath here, connecting in with your own inner wisdom, your own spirit, that aspect of yourself that connects into the all. And you can imagine as though you're actually breathing through the chest. And then take your awareness down, going right down into your roots, the root of the spine. So we're coming into that space of the Manipura chakra, the root chakra. And here it governs the area of the hips, connects in with our blood. And the root chakra plays a role whenever we're dealing with any physical condition. There may be other chakras at play, but generally when we're dealing with a physical condition, the root chakra is always at play. So I really feel it right at the tip of my tailbone. That's the place where I've most comfortably begun to resonate with the center, with that energy place. So you might find some people focus on the perineum, or maybe the center. And here you can work with the color as well, if you so choose. Some people work, I prefer to work with gold or red, while others might like to work with white. Red, this is the color that is generally connected to the root chakra, because red is that strong, vital energy force. It's that electricity that moves through the body. It's that primal energy of rage or passionate love. And that is the kind of energy we want to, not necessarily the rage or the passionate love, but that frequency, that strong, vital energy, that vitality that our body so desperately needs, that energy to support it, to help heal and recover from the fatigue, to help feed and nourish the cells, help feed and nourish the electrical communicativity through the body. The more electricity we have, the healthier we can be. I also work with the color of gold, which is that divine light, that divine energy, that color of unconditional compassion, of love. Not the romantic love, but like that divine love. So depending on what I'm working on the time, I'll work with either of those colors or frequencies. And maybe you can feel or imagine it's like a ball of light down in that base of the spine, in that area, somewhere in that pelvic region. And you can just begin to breathe and imagine as though you're just breathing in and out of the space. I most feel it really at that tailbone space. It's like I'm breathing in and out of that tailbone. And I can bring in that beautiful red light or the golden light. I think today I'm just going to work with the red and breathing it in and out of the spine, the base of the spine, and beginning to build it up. And every exhale is that opportunity just to let go of any stagnant energy, anything that's gotten muddy or coagulated. Just imagine that being breathed out of you, and that you're bringing this fresh, radiant, vital energy. And at first it might feel like it's not coming in very strongly, but just stick with it. So you can imagine like it's a pulsation of light and energy coming into your body. And you might find if you want to practice this on your own without the recording, you might sit with this for a good amount of time, and this might be all that you do. You may sit with this for maybe like up to 5 minutes. And then you might come back multiple times a day, or maybe it's just something you do once in a while or once a day. Especially if you're in a really strong period of fatigue, you might want to do it every single day to help begin to rebuild those reserves. So after, sometimes I do just this, or after I felt like I've built up a little bit of energy in that space, it's beginning to move, and then I'll breathe it up, like inhale it up through the spine all the way to the base of the skull. And then exhale, maybe it will come out through the top of the head or just run back down the spine. And it doesn't actually, you can just play around with the motion of the breath and the movement of the energy up and down the spine, but continuously drawing energy in through the base and beginning to move it up and down the spine. So you're beginning to feed that vital energy, that life force, through this, which is the central column of the energetic body, the center of the nervous system, the center of the spinal cord. You're going to move that energy, which then the body is intelligent. It will just spread it out to where it needs to go. And then again, you could sit with this for 5-10 minutes, whatever works for you. And it's just a really simple exercise that doesn't require you having to get up and do anything. You can stay lying in your bed, sitting on the couch, wherever you are, as long as you're not driving. You can work with this gentle practice to help get that vitality and nourishment into the root chakra and into the body. So I hope that you've found this useful and supportive, and to bring a little bit of nourishment into your day. And if you like, you can always connect with me through my website, thesubtleway.com. I work with people one-on-one as well as in-person and online offerings. So have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for joining me.